Jayson, Sidhu here again, your real estate expert, and today I'm excited to bring you a market update for February 2020. As always, we're going to cover the market in 5 key areas, so let's jump right into it. Number 1, sales. In the month of February, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board processed 1,352 total sales across all property types. Now this is up 39% from January 2020, and this is up 38% from February of last year when we saw 982 total home sales. No surprise to see sales activity pushing up as we go January to February, and this is historically how the market will behave as we push into spring. Again, something we're going to follow very carefully. Number 2, new listings. In the month of February, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board processed 2,557 new listings across all property types. Now, this is up 15% from the month of January, and yet it is down 15% from February of last year. So this is really important to note because sales activity is up nearly 40% from last year, and yet inventory is down 15%. So there's only one thing that's going to do to the market, that's going to do to pricing, and that's frankly going to push it upward as we're entering the busiest time of the year. Number 3, active listings. At the end of February, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board reported 5,741 total active listings across the entire Fraser Valley. Now this is up 12% from January 2020, and yet it's down 10% from this time last year. So have a look at your municipality. You can see all communities inventory grew as we went from January to February, no surprise. But when we look at that compared to last year, you can see inventory is down across all municipalities. And again, sales activity is up. So we're going to follow this very carefully as we enter the busiest time of the year. Number 4, the sales to active listings ratio. How is our market performing expressed as a percentage of homes sold? Well, have a look at your community. You can see all municipalities are in what's a seller's market. Remember, 15 to 20% is a balanced market. Anything above 20% is considered a seller's market. So we were basically there in January. We continued that momentum in the month of February. In fact, it continued to push upward. Remember, sales are up, supply is down, and it's going to continue to drive this number. But we are in a very, very active seller's market as we are in the month of February. I don't expect this to change as we go March, April, May, June. We are, of course, dealing with the coronavirus, but rates came down twice this week, and so there's a lot of incentive for the market to keep moving forward. Again, something we're going to follow very carefully. And finally, number 5, the benchmark price. What's going on with the value of our homes? Well, at the end of February, the benchmark price of a single family home in the Fraser Valley was $971,300. Now have a look at your municipality to see what the single family benchmark is in your community. But you can see that the benchmark price has pushed upward January to February. In fact, it's up 1.1% across the Fraser Valley, and it's up this time over last year as well by 1.3% as well. So you can see there's upward movement in pricing to enter the year. So that's your market update for the month of February 2020. There's lots going on in the market. Obviously, across the globe, we're seeing significant shifts in the stock market. The coronavirus is having an impact globally on supply chains. As it relates to Vancouver real estate, we're going to follow it very carefully. But you can see there is significant demand in the market. Supply is limited, and even if you cut the market in half, we would still be in a balanced market. With rates now being reduced twice this week by the Bank of Canada, and with the stress test reported to maybe even be put on hold for the next year, my belief is that the market's going to continue to move forward. Again, we're going to follow it very carefully, and I'm going to be the first one to bring it to you. But if you've got questions about your home, if you've got questions about the market, if you want to put a plan together in these uncertain times to get you from point A to point B, I encourage you to reach out to me, and I'll look forward to seeing you next month. Thanks again.